Very big welcome to you, my dear Scorpio. So, the Earth has continued its path around the Sun, and we see now Libra behind the Sun, and the Moon as well has made its spin around the Earth, and we see Scorpio behind the Moon. And we recognize in those major arcanas the soul path, right, or the soul mission that's coming through here, because we come here through this specific zodiac sign to actually learn through the attributes that that zodiac sign has in them. And I just recently saw this video about that the alphabet comes from the zodiac signs, right? It's like the A, the B, the C, and all these letters are actually connected with the star system in the sky, that it looks like an A or it looks like a B. And I found that very interesting. Ruled by Venus and the 7th house of relationship, ruled by Pluto and the 8th house of reincarnation. So pretty much a moment now to recognize what is it that you want in a relationship? What is it that you see in a relationship? And of course, then make that transformation for it. The yoga position for Libra is standing on the tiptoes and holding yourself in your own balance. And for you, it's Scorpio, bringing the feet above my head, and of course losing my ego here, right? And recognizing in that moment all I need to think about is now, this present moment. And so we can see this is an intense moment, but nevertheless we will see that Libra is bringing you love and beauty, and of course you yourself are facing the shadow side and the mystic deep within you. I gave you, of course, Hermann Handel's Tarot deck. Meanwhile, Libra has the Golden Dawn Tarot. Each zodiac sign has their own deck, and so all the 22 major arcanas, which is actually a path that we're taking, each position has its own deck. And you got Hermann Handel, and here you see Odin, the father of the cups, and if your birthday is between October 13 and November 12, then this is your court card, right? He's pointing down at the rune alphabet that he got when he was hanging on the tree of life for 9 days. And the 9 is the completion. And so we will look at the card that has no, of course, the rune alphabet in it. Back to the last reading. You had Virgo Sun giving Scorpio Moon the light. Stay in the flow of giving and taking, then all will turn out right. Very interesting. You had the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Wands, and in between the lady that is giving and taking. And we recognize that everything in water can grow, and you are connected with the water, right? And so I'm going to look once in a while what is reconnecting to the last reading, if there is any similarities, because I only have 3 pictures from the whole reading. But nevertheless, sometimes I can really see there are similarities, that there are cards that reconnect back to the last reading. On the position of the Aeon, which is the call or the calling, here we see the Aeon, and it's a very beautiful card when you look deeper into it. I will pick the Lifruma Healing Oracle, and here the rune alphabet is in the design. Now it says Oracle, but there are 78 cards to this deck. So in a way it is like the tarot. It's just not like the major arcanas or the court cards or the minor arcanas divided. It's just numbers from 0 to 77. So let's have a look what letter you are pointing at, right? Because Odin is pointing here at the rune alphabet, and so we will see here the gathering and the channel. Look how beautiful. And here is the letter. So the 74 plus the 20 is a 94. And 74 is then calculated together the 11, which is then, of course, instantly a portal. But with the 20 as that call, we get a 94, and the 94 is the 13. And so you recognizing here right away that your number is coming up, that the 1313 then is speaking here to you, and that is then of course a 4 left. And yeah, you feel something is talking to you. There is a calling that you have to bring people together. So you could stop the video and enlarge it and read the message yourself, but I'm going to read it to you as well. Like stitching that pulls and draws, the gathering folds of fabric weave people together in kindredhood. A meeting, a greeting, a seat at a table where communities work out how to live harmoniously, how to support all folk, to house, to clothe, to feed each other with compassion and love. Join together to make a world where nobody hurts, falls down, or is forgotten, but is instead helped back onto their feet to thrive together. I mean, this is utopia, right? This is the ideal that we are looking for. And for some reason, you are the messenger of this message. You are the one that has gotten the call to actually see this and hopefully connect with it. Now with the Aeon, which is also connected with Pluto, we have here Pluto, which is your planet, next year 2024 going into Aquarius for 20 years, right? So it's really beautiful how we have here with the 20 kind of like a symbolism, the 20, and that's why I use here the Aeon as the overall energy that is, you know, giving this reading and understanding that this is your call, this is something that you maybe want to do and you want to look into already ahead of the game, right? Because next year we're going to be then in Aquarius and through your sign, right? And feel through your sign Aquarius. And so there's going to be a lot of shifts, and a lot of people want to live like this. They don't want to live in any negativity anymore, right? That's slowly ending. So we begin the reading. I'm going to read to the left because we're going to your new moon, which is now in the next month, in the next reading that you're getting. You have the new moon, and that's when you have sun and new moon both in your sign, and that's a very powerful moment. So we begin on the position of the Fool. Comes you, Scorpio. And the first thing that I see with this is always this 0 and the 1 inside from the spine, and that you're standing here and you are coming up as the 13 with the 0. It's 130, but the 4 is left in the end, right? And the 4 is then the Emperor, the one that is taking that step. So here you are recognizing that you come up in your own mind. You are looking here at yourself and you're like, okay, even my bones are just not disintegrating. My bones are left. And so somehow you want to come into that consciousness that says, here I am, either here with this bird and here I am just as a skeleton, right? And this is the Visconti Sforza Tarot, and the beautiful thing here is that this is one of the oldest intact tarot deck that I have found. And here it says, this skeleton that we find here in the Dance of Death is a reaction to the difficulties through sickness that the people back then in the 14th century have recognized, right? That death was everywhere. Death holds like a bow and an arrow, and his eyes are literally staring at you. And it's literally saying here, we need to recognize that in the end, we come back again and again, and we will die again and again. And so let's make this life a beautiful life, not only for yourself, but for all the people around you. Inspire people, right, to do or live the right thing. On the position of the Magician comes then the Beauty Way. So here comes the 4, and it's a 4-4 portal, and it's almost like he's slightly looking over into this card. And the 4-4 portal is like 2 times the 4 is like have a heart to live this life a beautiful way, and going back to yourself, being with yourself, with the Magician that then creates here with the 4 of 5 is like the 5 senses, the understanding that you have to learn that everything has its moment. This beautiful flower right now, it's any moment it dies, right? So death is everywhere. And I have pulled a Mother Peace Tarot card, and I got here on its head the Sun of Wands. And I'm just going to turn it around so you're going to see this beautiful card. The Sun of Wands is the Knight of Wands, which is Sagittarius. And so here comes Sagittarius, but on its head. And on its head, for me, it's like, for some reason, you don't dare to take this journey back to yourself serious enough, or you don't recognize so much the soul path, and for you all of this is a little like, well, what I'm gonna do deep down there, right, within me. But the Sagittarius energy is always like everything is an adventure. He is like this crazy person here that is dancing, and yeah, he is quite an intense character. And I just want you to have a look, right? Because it's pretty much saying the sun is dressed up and performs a ritual for his community. And since it was not upright, it was reversed, he has a deep reluctance or even fear of showing his energy or sexuality. It may be a stage fright or fear of energetic public display. He is self-conscious and stifling his clowning and playful sexual energy. Wow. Okay. So what I said was, right, it's almost like you need to go deeper to recognize now this path. And he is the 9th zodiac sign, right? So this is the number 9. And the 5 is a 14, which is temperance, which is also connected with Sagittarius. And temperance, then again, the 5 is left. So the 5 here is letting you know you got to learn to trust that the beauty way can also be adventurous, and that you show yourself, and that you are allowing now, because you're connected with the sexual act, right? Because your body part are the sexual organs. With Libra, it's the hips. You gotta show who you really are, right? You are this magnificent being. Just because Death card is on your position doesn't mean that you have to feel that everything is always like about death. It's about transformation. It's about allowing to show yourself, right? Show yourself like this flower, right? Don't go into that, okay, I'm reluctant to show who I really are. And so the beauty way is coming and saying, no, show yourself. And maybe a Sagittarius is helping you with that. Then on the position of the High Priestess comes the 3 of Wands. And that is connected with Sun in Aries. And for you, Aries is clear, right? Because, I mean, you're the 13, and the 13 becomes the 4. And you are the 13 and the 4. So Aries is here. And now you get Sun in Aries. And who knows, maybe an Aries is also here helping you, because this is the Lord of established strength. So feel the strength to get yourself out of not showing who you really are, and use your intuition to do that. Then the 2 and the 3 is a 5 again here, right? So we get a 5-5 portal here. And know that you have your intuition. Know that you know that the moon is covering her body, and that you are learning to really connect through Aries, through that empowerment, with the taking action step, right? Taking action is always about knowing that when I take actions, you are feeling, right? Because you're connected with the cups, so you're feeling rather than acting. So take that action. Then on the position of the Empress comes the World, Le Monde, the number 21, and the 21 is a 3, so we have a 3-3 portal here, plus the 3 of her, right? We have 3 times the 3. So you had Scorpio, right? 14, which became a 4. The beauty way was a 4, but then with the other 2 cards, it became then calculated together the 5. And then here we got a 5 through the High Priestess, so 5-5, and now the 3 with this is a 3-3-3. And so learn everything there is to learn from this world. Find your strength. And you see she's holding 2 wands in her hand as well, right? But here is that 2 wand connection plus the central wand. And the central wand is the one that's gonna like always put you back with a higher consciousness, put you back to where you belong. And so the world is waiting for you, right? And the Empress is the one that gives birth to the world. And look at her third eye. Here she's standing naked, and here she's standing naked in this 0 and the line. And it's exactly what you have in this card. It's almost like the opposite. There is a 0 and a line cutting through. And this is the line, this is the spine here in the center. Wow, right? Really interesting. So then on the position of the Sun comes here the star Aquarius. So it's almost like saying yes, then remember that the Aquarian energy is something that you're gonna get familiar with. And here we see the star. We see her with the red and the blue, and she pours from the red and the blue into the ocean. She is giving back what she has realized, what she has learned. Right here are all the mysteries, including the white dove and the sun, which is now, of course, in justice. We have the 17, which becomes an 8, and the 11 above. And you recognize there is a message from Aquarius coming to you, because you know that Pluto is going to be in Aquarius for 20 years next year. And we got there the gathering, the coming together, and Aquarius is exactly that. Aquarius is bringing people together in a new way, and that there are new communities now wanting to come into this world and show the world, hey, there are different ways of living. There is always potential to do the things that you want to do. And so it's really powerful to recognize that you are getting a vision of the sun, or through the sun, right? That Aquarius is playing a big part in your life. Then on the position of the Father of the Cups, the Odin, comes the 10 of Cups. And you had the 10 of Cups back then in Virgo reading. You see now, I can see the 10 of Cups plus the 8th zodiac sign is the 18, and that's then a 9. And the 9 is the completion. So you were 9 days hanging on the tree. And so now you're getting the completion by being in the 10 of Cups, being in Mars in Pisces. No more fighting. Giving that warrior energy to the family. Giving everything to the people. And you see the 4 and the 4, and in the center always the couple. So beautiful. The couple is here, you know. Here's the couple. Here's the duality that is actually giving us choice to choose between the good and the bad. And so Odin is literally saying, yes, look at those 10 of Cups one more time. You had them last time with the Virgo sun, but you get them one more time. And it's important that you put the rainbow of hope into people's lives, because we can see here also the rainbow, right? It's like it's clear there is a gathering that you need to bring people together. Then on the position of the moon, where you are, right, comes the 3 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles is Mars in Capricorn. So you come here and you see that the 3 that you have in the 13 and the 10 of Cups, it's like 10 of Cups. It's like that's what you are, deep emotions. And then the 3 working together, creating with the 3 the triangle that's pointing up. And so in a way, these 2 cards are you, the 10, and the 3 is the 13, and then becomes a 4. So beautiful, right? So you are wanting to create a community, because Mars in Capricorn, you had Mars in Pisces, but now you have Mars in Capricorn. And you need to build, right? To create this gathering, you need to build, you need to have a lot of compassion, you need to have also the money, the social status to create that. And you do have that social status to create such a gathering, right? So have a real deep look at this. This is really important, because you are building something that you cannot build alone. You need others, right? You need the work, and the work cannot be done only by one person. So recognize that. On the position of the moon as the dream oracle that is coming here, comes the mindful, the group think, the 40. And the 40, you know, is always the 4 out of the 13. And the 40 works here with the gathering, because there is also a 4 in the 74, and it becomes an 11, right? But there is now a connection to this card that you are building something, and that the moon is letting you know, yes, you are building something, because the 18 becomes the 9 and the 4 becomes an 11. So there's an 11 portal right here. So I picked here as well from the Mother Peace Tarot, and look what came up. The 10 of Discs. And that's the money that you need to build such a community. It's beautiful, right? So 40 and 10 is 50. The 5 comes back. 5 and 9 is 14. Again, temperance, right? Being able to see this here through Aquarius, because temperance does the same thing. But temperance does it back and forth between the cups. The Aquarius does it into the ocean. And so you see here that the 14 becomes a 5 again, and the 5, the human interactions are important when you're creating this kind of gathering, or these kind of people, because you have the 3 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles, and again that's a 13. Oh my God, I mean, these are clear messages that you have enough money to create such a community. Oh my God, I mean, call me. I want to be part of your community, right? Because it's like, this is the gathering, this is the future, this is the fun, right? This is where people help each other. Remember the message here? They help each other. Everybody's thriving. Everybody's harmoniously living together. And you help everybody to come back on their feet. No one is forgotten. And we help each other back on their feet, and we thrive together. Whew. Okay, then on the position of the Sun comes here the plans, the growth, and there's a 1919 portal, which is a 1010. And of course I picked another Mother Peace Tarot, and there is a 10 as well. The 10 of Cups comes twice, and the 10 of Cups is that moment where we recognize that 10 Cups is like happiness, right? Is Mars and Pisces, is like that gathering, is the people. It's the 11, it's the 1. And here we have also 3 times the 1, right? Because we have a 10, a 10, and a 10. I mean, this is crazy. This is so beautiful, you know? And this is the emotional happiness, and it's the priestess that give thanks to the water that is pouring down. And here you have the 10 of Discs. This is 2 most beautiful 10s in the whole minor arcanas. The 10 and the 10. And it's like, wow, you are really blessed, because you have the twice the 10 of Cups. So you have 20 cups. Right? Pluto, 20 years. The Aeon bringing you the gathering. This group. Wow, look at this. This is powerful. Because then on the position, I'm going to put this down for a moment, of the world or the universe comes the 4 of Cups, and that's the moon in Cancer. And there we get now, see the fire of the dragon, and the 21 becomes a 3, and the 4 becomes a 7, and the 7 is in the gathering, because that's the success, right? And the 7 is letting you know you want to be successful, because then you sit here in this cup, and there are 3 standing, and you're looking at these 3, and you're like, okay, well, I wish I had that 1 more cup. I only have 3, and it's like, it's enough, because you have 20 cups plus 4, you have 24, which is the 6, the self-love. Love yourself, and then you don't need to find, because you are the cup. You see, there's the message. You are the cup. Find that you are the cup, and then you're happy with 1 cup or with 10 cups or with 20 cups. Because the 6 of Cups is then really understanding that you are enough. And that enough is now standing here. You are what you're searching for. And you find it by being the cup, by being who you are. And here you are standing and recognizing that by closing this reading and knowing that the universe is sending you the message. Right? Because Moon in Cancer, Cancer is the number 7 here. And then you can be who you ever want to be, because the world is here. And the world was here on the position of the Empress. And the world is here, and the 1 and the 0 is here. And you are the 1. And here's that 1 cup. So beautiful. I mean, this is really gorgeous, right? Remember, there is growth, right? Through clarity, through the sun, through evolving, through learning, and coming home and recognizing you are the cup. So beautiful. I have to be careful because I'm losing my voice. I'm having a little bit of a cold. But yeah, the beauty way. Recognize the beauty way here with the 4 as well, right? In the gathering. And know that whatever it is that you're doing now, going to you, right? It's immediately saying here, yeah, you're going to yourself, because the next month you have Sun and New Moon both in your sign, and it's like you get the message, right? And you're gonna really be rocket, right? And you have, of course, here the 13 discs, and you have enough money to create that wish that is deep within you. So act upon it. So I hope I see you in the next reading, because then you get your new moon reading. You can plant a seed and maybe plant the seed of the gathering. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.